We've been following this wild love triangle murder case and then elusive Kaitlin Armstrong, the woman accused of fatally shooting 25-year-old elite cyclist Anna Mariah Mo Wilson last year. This has just been bizarre. During opening statements Wednesday in Texas, prosecutors recounting Wilson's last moments to the jury, showing chilling surveillance footage. Armstrong's defense attorney says Armstrong is a woman trapped in a nightmare of circumstantial evidence. Armstrong also faces a federal charge of unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. Let's bring in criminal defense attorney Brian Claypool. Brian, thanks for being here. So does the defense have any proof here, or rather, do they have a point that there is a lack of proof and this is all circumstantial?
Hey, Adrian, great to be back with you. Look, you don't need to have direct evidence to prove a conviction in a murder trial. But here, the prosecutors have both direct evidence and they have circumstantial evidence. And let's break that down real quick. The direct evidence is there was a means. In other words, Armstrong owned a gun, and the shell casings found at the scene of the murder matched the gun. She's got motive. What's that mean? That she was extremely jealous of Mo Wilson, who was having a relationship with Colin Strickland. And then, did she have opportunity? That's usually what you got to prove in a murder case. And there is video surveillance of her Jeep arriving at the scene of the murder a minute after Mo Wilson gets home. And then you have this argument by the prosecutors that they potentially have DNA evidence on the bicycle of Mo Wilson that was in her apartment that was removed. And I got to tell you, Adrian, if they have that, then Armstrong's in a heap of trouble. Now, her lawyers, real quick, they're going to argue, look, you don't have an eyewitness, you don't have any surveillance showing her inside the apartment, and you don't have the weapon, and you don't have her DNA evidence. So it will be interesting.
Let's talk about that jealousy that you mentioned. Armstrong finding out her boyfriend was cheating on her with the victim, Anna Mo Wilson, according to at least the details that we are being told. Talk about the sudden passion rule. What's that?
Yeah, it's a very interesting doctrine in Texas. It's under Penal Code 19. And what that means is in a first-degree murder trial, even if the defendant is convicted of first-degree murder, he or she would typically, Adrian, get up to 99 years in jail in Texas. But they have what's called sudden passion. That would create a second mini trial after the verdict where Armstrong can argue, I was in a fit of rage. I was in a fit of passion after I learned that Mo Wilson was at a swimming pool with Colin Strickland and they hung out for 4 hours. And then her lawyers can argue that the sentence should be reduced from first-degree manslaughter or first-degree murder to second-degree murder, which takes the maximum penalty to only 20 years.
Whoa. I've never heard of that rule in Texas. Real quickly, yeah. We see that video over and over again of her in the black and white jumpsuit running away during a doctor's appointment. She fled to Costa Rica right after the crime was committed. Is that an implication of guilt, at least perceivedly by the jury?
Yeah, that's a great point, Adrian. And defense lawyers can argue, hey, there's only circumstantial evidence. But when you have profound circumstantial evidence like this, where it's what's called consciousness of guilt, your conduct infers guilt. When you run to Costa Rica a couple of days after, you sell your Jeep, you use somebody else's passport, you go to Costa Rica, you get plastic surgery, and you try to hide from authorities, that signifies that you have a guilty mind.
Yeah, the plastic surgery thing is something that we all were like, wait, what? What? All right, Brian Claypool.
I mean, the before and after pictures, Adrian, were really stunning.
Yeah, well, clearly that makes it look as though she was trying to disguise herself. We appreciate you joining us. It's a case a lot of people are watching. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian.